Hello and welcome to Re-enthused. Today we are taking a look at this, which is the Mattel Aquarius. Z80 based 8-bit machine, which was released in about 1983, obviously by Mattel. But it wasn't actually designed by Mattel, it was designed by a company called Radofin, one of those two. And they kind of did like TV game-based things. In fact, I do have another one by them right here, actually, which I'm still cleaning up. So there you go. Now this is effectively a TV sports machine, but it does have a cartridge. I'll probably look at that at some point when I've finished cleaning and fixing it. So yeah, again, obviously Z80 based, as many of the computers of this generation were, and it merely had 4K of RAM, barely any at all, and very possibly one of the worst keyboards known to mankind. It's a rubber chiclet keyboard, much like the original Sinclair Speccy, but the keys are about half the size, probably near a third, and much spongier, so it's really, really hard to type on. Now, well, let's go through the ports, and then we can kind of explain what's going on. So if we look around the machine, we have on the back here, yeah, we've got an RF port. Now, I am still umming and ahhing about whether I'm going to composite mod this. It is possible, but I mean, I quite like it, the machine. It's a nice looking machine. So I will try to get some video of games, but it's going to be coming from a TV screen, and that's always obviously brilliant. So yeah, RF output, a cassette port, and a printer port, which is kind of a weird 3.5mm jack. Now, you didn't just get stuff on cassette, it also over here, this sort of smart looking black case here actually comes off like that. And you can see inside there is actually a cartridge slot. Now, I don't own any original cartridges, unfortunately. They tend to go for relatively large amounts of money. Not onerous, I will get some certainly, but I do have this, which is the Aquarius mini expander, which doesn't just add in a USB socket so you can load software from it, but it also adds in things like this, which is actually a joystick port, and external sound and stuff like that, which is fantastic. It also adds in an AY sound chip, so you get much better sound if it's compatible with that, which is interesting. Yeah, apart from that, we have a nice big rocker switch on the nice big rocker switch on the side there, and the little green LED. I think this is a fantastic looking machine. If it wasn't for the fact that the keyboard is bad, and it genuinely is a bad keyboard, really hard to type on, it'd be a lovely little machine. Obviously 4K memory is not particularly large amount, but the fact that it had the cartridge built in kind of negates a lot of that, because obviously you can just have games on cartridges and then they don't really use the main memory anyway. There were also quite a few peripherals released for this, and that cartridge slot did also have some memory expansions released for it, but obviously if you use those, then you're not using the cartridge. But again, not a huge esse. Yeah, it's I think in total it was expandable to 20K, which again still not fantastic. Now Mattel obviously got quite a lot of feedback for this machine, and they did release a second version of this, Mattel Aquarius 2, interestingly enough, and that one had far better keyboard, much more like a professional style keyboard. Not brilliant still, but much better. I don't have one of those. I think they're quite a bit rarer than this, because Mattel discontinued the Aquarius line altogether pretty much soon afterwards. Right, that's the machine. It's a lovely machine. If you can get one for a decent price, because they do tend to go quite high on price, because they're not rare, but they're uncommon, let's say. It's worth getting if you're into vintage computers, because I think it's a gorgeous machine. It's got Microsoft Basic built into it. It's pretty good basic language, to be fair. And yeah, it's just a lovely machine. It's probably closer to ZX81 graphics than it is Spectrum, but it has a charm in both its use and also in its actual design. Right, let's see if we can get some software running. Oh no, you know what? Before we do that, let's talk about this huge lead here, which is obviously, I guess you'd probably guess, is the power lead. Now, in theory, there are two ways you can do power leads for a machine. You can have an inbuilt power supply where you plug in an external power like lead in and put it into the wall, or you can have an external power supply where the whole power supply plugs into the back. Mattel decided to go kind of the half ground on this one, so this is hardwired, but it's also like a power block as well. So yeah, a hardwired external power block. Not a fantastic decision, but there we are. Right, let's get on to the games. Right, there you go. As you can probably say, I didn't do very well in those games. The main reason being that the games originally, they came in a box that usually came with keyboard overlays. Because the Aquarius wasn't built with a joystick in mind, the games didn't really support them, and so yeah, the keyboard overlays were there to show you how to play them. Now, yeah, see, this game I would say is probably closer to the Sinclair Spectrum rather than the Z81 one, so it depends on the game. But yeah, I think it's a lovely machine, and it looks nice. The graphics are fine. The sound's quite good, especially if they do support the AY add-on, which I think some of the official games do, because it was on an official peripheral. I need to check that, but I think that's right. Yeah, if you can get one and you're interested in vintage computing, classic computing, it's really worth it, because I think it's a nice machine. Didn't particularly revolutionise anything, but it certainly adds to the collection. Right, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like. If you really enjoyed the video, please hit subscribe. If you didn't enjoy the video or you have something else to say, then please leave it in the comments below. See you next time.